Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush, now with glasses. We are... Let's make a drink, shall we? I want to go over... I have a new theory on cocktails, that there are 7 cocktails. We may be able to add an 8th. We may be able to shove in an 8th kind of cocktail in there. And that is going to be a last word style cocktail, something that is equal parts, uses a couple different liqueurs, uses some sort of citrus, uses some sort of liquor, and put it all into a cocktail. That might be the lost 8th cocktail. So we're gonna try a Tiki version of that. This whole concept created by one of the new Tiki people, Emily Gosling, based on a Sam Ross cocktail. But either way, we're going to be making today the Lost Plane. Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. For a long time, I've been trying to categorize these equal parts, multiple liqueur cocktails into the Daisy category. And at this point, they may be multiplying faster than I can bat them down. I am losing this game of whack-a-mole to the lost word, the lost word generation of cocktails. So we're gonna think about it before I start, changing up all my previous things. We're gonna decide whether or not this is an actual new style of cocktail or just a subdivision of another one. But we're gonna be making a cocktail that is called the Lost Plane. Now, if you recognize any of those words in there, hopefully from other cocktails, you'll recognize the word plane. I feel like the guy that does the cryptic crossword now. You'll recognize plane. This is because this is based on a cocktail called the Paper Plane. We're going to be making a little garnish to go along with it today. So this is the Lost Plane. It sort of gives you Tiki vibes, right? Created by a Tiki person, Emily Gosling. Now, unfortunately, Emily, we love Emily. I've had Emily on my show on Mixed. But I don't have any Goslings in the bar. I never got my shipment. So we're gonna be switching it up a little bit, seeing how this works, seeing if this is a template that we can just switch out the liquor and make it all taste good. If this works, we got a whole nother quiver in or another quill in our quiver, or quiver in our quaif. We have a quiver in our quaif. Get that quiver out of there. Okay, let's start here. Cheapest ingredients first. Normally, obviously, when we do a rum cocktail, our first instinct should always be lime. But it's not what this cocktail calls for, people. This is going to be a lemon cocktail. I think especially when we're dealing with multiple different liqueurs, Amaro, red Italian bitters, we can sometimes ignore the proper citrus pairing. Gin gets lemon, bourbon gets lemon, rum gets lime, tequila gets lime. Those are pretty generalized. Obviously, you can switch them up, but on this one, we're gonna try and match instead our liqueurs. I have a bad case of teeny tiny lemon. I have teeny lemonitis. So I think we're gonna need to get this going. We're gonna go ahead and put in 1 part. This is all in parts. So however big you wanna make your cocktail, put that many ounces in here. I am shooting 3 episodes today, so I'm making smaller parts. We're gonna go ahead and put in the juice of maybe 1 lemon. This is gonna be about 3/4 of an ounce. We'll measure it. A little overkill with this big orange crusher. It must be terrifying for these little lemons. They're used to their nice, cozy lemon crusher. But here I am, oranging it up. Just throwing that knife like it means nothing to me. Like my life has no purpose. Okay. You keep on keeping on with the cheap ingredients if we can. Not necessarily a cheap ingredient, but we have gotten into our Amaros, and this is an easier one to find, no doubt about it. This is Aperol, a cousin. They might hate each other. This might be like saying, like, hey, have you met my friend John Hatfield? He's basically a cousin to a McCoy, and then they want to kill me too. I don't know how Campari and Aperol get along. I don't know if they're copacetic. I don't know if they hit the dance clubs together. I don't know what their deal is. I'd really like to eventually on Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks host a peace summit. So if they are fighting, they can come fight on my show. I'd love to. I think I'd be a pretty good little peace talker. This is a red Italian bitter. They apparently don't like being called Amaro. They don't like being called Amari. So we're going to call it a red Italian bitter. It's a little sweeter than Campari. It's really nice. Simple. Okay. Next ingredient. The philosophy, the theory, one of the theories. I feel like I'm just becoming a theory machine, like I'm just spouting out theories. Another theory that I have is that there's a way to replace almost every ingredient. And I think that that's probably right. I think that for the most part, that's how cocktails are born. If you don't have one ingredient, switch it out. But sometimes we get into specific ingredients. One that I can think of right off the top of my head without even really rambling on about it is Benedictine. Benedictine has a Benedictine taste. It's tough to replace Benedictine. You can replace it. It'll change the flavor of the drink. I'm going to reach for another one of those ingredients right now. I keep it hidden down there so nobody steals it. This is Amaro Nonino. This is a success story. Amaro Nonino is a success story. Every year, the Italians, they get together and they might have like a meeting. Maybe while they're deciding a pope, they also get to meet together, get inside of a little distillery, and they decide how many thousands of new Amari they're going to put out into the world. And a lot of them go out, and a lot of them just sort of die on the vine because it's not that interesting. Maybe they're all interesting. They're probably all interesting, but we don't have the attention span to have a bajillion Amari, right? 2 Amari. That's all I got room for. So how do you break in? Well, you find talent. And what talent that these guys found? They found a guy named Sammy Ross. We love Sammy on this show. One of our favorite, one of certainly the best living bartenders. And when he dies, he'll be one of the best dead bartenders. I hope Sammy lives forever because, man, does he pump out good cocktails. But he's just one of the world-class bartenders. I'm sure Nonino, this is just my imagination. This is how I think about it. There was Sammy sitting there looking handsome, looking real handsome behind the bar. And a representative from Nonino came in and said, hey, Sammy. They're all Italian. Hey, Sammy. My friend. Now I'm getting into a different accent. I'm not going to do the accents. Hey, buddy, would you mind making a cocktail with our ingredients? We'll give you money. And Sam said, I'm handsome. I'm talented. I can make cocktails. I'm in. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, I'm in, he said. And so the Nonino found its way into the paper plane. You have a hard time making a paper plane without Nonino. It is a very specific taste. I only have Nonino around the bar in case, on the off chance, I get a hankering. And that hankering can only be solved by paper planes. So we're going to go ahead and put in an equal part of our Amaro Nonino. 3/4 of an ounce for me. However big of a part you guys do it. Let's do a little taster. I don't think I've had Nonino in a while. I've had Nonino in a while. I don't know if you guys remember. Every once in a while, things just fall off this bar. but also sometimes things fall off this very overcrowded liquor bookshelf is what I have. This fell a while ago, and I forgot that I had it. It didn't crack, so thank you for making really strong bottles. It smells like an Amaro. Yep. It's bitter. It's bitter. Amaro just means bitter. It's got some bitter. It feels like there's wormwood in here. It feels like, does it tell us anything it's got in here? No. Thanks, guys. No, we have no idea what's in here. 35% ABV. I'm going to put it somewhere where I don't forget about it. There we go. But Amaro Nonino has its own specific flavor. Just like all Amari have their own specific flavor. Really nice. Okay, if you don't want to do anything with a... if you don't want to do the Tiki version of this cocktail, the Lost Plain, then you can throw in some bourbon here. You'll be good. Rye there. You'll be good. Some sort of whiskey. You got yourself a paper plane. Oh, if you put Japanese whiskey in here, I think this is fun. If you put Japanese whiskey in here, you have something called a paper crane. Oh, that was cute. It's adorable, I said. We're going to go ahead and put in a dark rum. The dark rum I'm choosing today, thank you, Stephanie Husband, for sponsoring this bottle, is Coruba. Coruba. Love this stuff. This stuff smells like Tiki tea. If you've ever been to Tiki tea, this is what Tiki tea smells like. Go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of a dark rum. I've never tried this with a white rum. As we get deeper into my theory about whether or not there is a lost eighth cocktail, we will look into more mixtures of this, so maybe we will look into a light rum. But the dark rum, because this there's a lot of big flavors in here. We want something nice and big that stands out. That's why whiskey works. That's why brandy works in this cocktail. A lot of big flavors in those. So that's why we're using a dark rum, in my opinion. Emily Gosling could answer, but I'm sure she's not thrilled that I'm not using Gosling's rum in here. Sorry, Emily. Shake. Not a hard shake. Keeping my head pretty stable. You notice the stabilization of my dome, of my cranium. My cranium isn't moving that hard. I'm not making a face. We just want to shake it enough to get all of those flavors mixed in, melt a little ice in there, and we're good. We're going to serve this one up. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's make our garnish. This is how we make a garnish for a paper plane, or lost. What are we calling this? Lost plane. You make a paper airplane. There's easy paper airplanes to make, but this was my favorite paper airplane that I made as a kid. So I'm going to go right up here. We're going to fold. Let's fold these in half first. Let's fold it in half like this. There we go. See if I have paper that isn't. Yeah, okay. We're going to fold these right down like this. Right there. And then we're going to fold this down, right? So this is what you should have. You should have a little bit of space. So it should really look like an envelope here. You have this little spot right here. And then we're going to take these guys. We're going to fold them in so that you have like a blunt nose up here. Yeah, there we go. This is the thing. Even if you want to take a little guy, give yourself some really nice little folds there. Then we're going to take this. See how there's a little bit right there? That guy. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to fold him up. This little guy is awesome in airplanes because it gives a little weight on the bottom. This is not a far flying paper plane. This is a loop-de-loop paper plane. We're going to fold this in half, get up here like that. And then the same thing that we would normally do with a paper plane. We want to give it some wings. Oh, sorry. Might have skipped a step while you guys were watching. We're going to fold this over here. We're going to go up like this. And we're going to fold this here. We're going to go over here like this. We're gonna fold that like that. And there we go. We have our little paper plane. It's got a little thing to hold down here, but this little weight makes the plane do loop-de-loops. Now, that's not the point of the thing. We don't need a better paper airplane for our garnish, but this was my favorite plane that I would fold growing up. And it turns out I'm not still grown up because I remember making this. Remember exactly how that thing works. Okay, pour this right into our cocktail. It comes out with a really fun color, right? Got a little brown, a little red. That's a really nice color for a cocktail. Very sophisticato. I'm going to grab the one of these little mouse clothespins. I'm going to pin this here, like so. There we go. Our plane is going down. This is a lost plane. We almost lost this thing. I think that probably you can make your garnish about 2 times smaller. I didn't. I did not do that. But that's right there. A fairly simple garnish for a paper plane. Lovely color. Interesting. One of a possible new family, genus. What part of the cocktails would this be? Part of a new class of cocktails. This is the Lost Plane. All equal parts, very simple to do. Let's see how we did. Well, dog my cat. That is delicious. That is delicious. Pretty sour. Pretty sour. Pretty bitter. I think that the rum gives it a really nice rounding out. I think that in the end, this is a... I really don't like to change a theory as it's going. The theory of the 7 cocktails is one thing. The theory of the 8 cocktails might even sound better. We can do maybe a whole exploration into the 8th cocktail. I know what you guys are here for. You guys want to see how these things fly. So let's, I'm going to fold one more. I'm going to fly it. See if I can't get this thing really loop-de-looping. We can't make a paper plane cocktail with a new type of paper plane and not at least try flying the paper plane. We got to see if it even stays in the air for half a second. Fold this up. There we go. Go there, here, and here. Really get our lines nice and flat. Bring this out one more time. There we go. Bring this nice and flat like this. Okay. There we go. This is our paper plane. Let's see how it does. I don't know how the tiny ones will do. Oh, this was how you threw this paper plane. I forgot. You threw it like this, and then it should do a loop-de-loop. I got a fan right above me. Let's see how it works. Ready? Try it again. Okay. I want to see if I can't get it to go up and then loop and land back on the bar. Ready? Third time's a charm. Hey, it landed on the bar. Let's try if we can. Let's see if we can get it land right on the. Well, we got it to land on the bar one time. That. Now it's it's right here. Land on the stool. One more time. Anyway, this right here, the Lost Plane, a really nice base for a cocktail. If you're looking for other cocktails that would fall into this family, what you're looking for is usually equal parts, 4 equal parts. Some sort of citrus, lemon, lime, grapefruit might work really well in this. You want 2 different types of liqueur, something like triple sec and maraschino liqueur, or a bitter and another sweeter bitter, something like that, to round everything out. And then you find a liquor. And by Job, what the heck even was Job? Is it Jove? Who is this Jove character? You have a cocktail. That, my friends, is what we got for you. A reminder, I don't know what day this is coming out, but we are not live at the bar right now, but we are putting out new classes every single day that we're supposed to be here. That we do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Remember this. So I will remind you guys that these classes will always remain free, but if you can help out, the best way that you can do that, one of the best ways you can do that, is we have a Patreon and a PayPal. Find that Patreon, find that PayPal, find that Venmo. It just keeps the bar alive. It keeps me, being able to throw these stupid planes wherever I go. There's also this. Listen to this. Tell your friends about me. All right? I don't have to be a figment in your imagination anymore. I don't have to be your imaginary friend anymore. You can tell your friends and make it real. Every time a new person joins, Dr. Cush usually just gets a new subscriber. But tell your friends about it, because this is a party. This is a community. Bring your friends to the community. It's super helpful. Hit that like button. Muddle that like button. And after that, you can do the most important thing, which is show up. We are doing classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We normally do them live, so if you are missing out on the live experience on this one, I am sorry, but hopefully you understand how a live show goes. Normally, I'm just also talking to the chat as we make this thing, so usually the classes are a little longer, so hopefully that's what you're into. And that's what we got, guys. I will be back live on Saturday. One Saturday I'll be back here live hanging out with you guys, but in the meanwhile I have brand new classes. I've been shooting 3 of them a day in order to get these classes up, so join us, have fun, and until we meet again, do I even have this thing up? No, there's no chance that's gonna work. What do we always say when we are leaving this place? We ask the main question, are you Dr. Jinga Janga? And then we say things like, bye-bye. Watch these credits roll. These are my patrons. Thank you. I couldn't get him to go. We're going to try it again. Are we ready? I'm ready. Bye-bye.